It's time to stop tiptoeing through life because you don't want to be dismissive, because you don't want to offend anyone or upset the equilibrium. Today, I'm giving you a permission slip to flip the tables. Yeah, stop walking on eggshells is what I want to talk about today. How to crush what conquers you. You want to stick and stay all the way through today's session. Join me on YouTube right now because it's about to go all the way up on In the Mix. Yes, y'all, and we don't stop. Let's jump right in because I want to talk about a very, very important imperative topic that many of us are oftentimes vexed with, and that is being a people pleaser. And people pleasing causes us to be inauthentic and ineffective. We have tightrope through life because we didn't want to offend anyone. We didn't want anybody to be mad and upset with us because we said this is how we want to live our life. And we don't want to make any apologies for it because these are the boundaries that we have set up. And it's time for you to stop making excuses. And here's what it is. It's time for you to now move into a season of execution. Don't rest on your laurels. Right? Stand with your standards. And here's what I realized. Due to a lack of boundaries, due to a lack of safeguards, what we have done is we have allowed people to pull the strings in our life. When they tell us to jump, we ask how high. We find ourselves jumping oceans for people who wouldn't even step over puddles for us. We find ourselves bending over backwards for folks who wouldn't even be our chiropractor. We find ourselves controlled, which lends itself to being, here it is, manipulated. And you know you're in the hands of a manipulator when you feel bad for what they did to you. Too often we've allowed people to pull the strings in our life, and we live our lives being Pinocchio when we were really called to be Geppetto. And our cry is like Pinocchio, I just want to be real. No, the only way for you to be real is here's what you got to do. You got to keep it real with you. Stop allowing people to project onto you what they're going through. Come on, this is going to be a game changer for somebody right here. Stop allowing people to project on you what they're going through. They don't like their life. They're upset with the way their life is. Why should they make you feel like yours is going in reverse? When you know that you've been accelerating into your purpose and into your future. What we've done is that we've allowed people to take their animosity. We've allowed people to take their anger. We've allowed people to take their lack of self-love out on us. And here's what has happened. As a consequence, it skewed our perception. It skewed the way that we feel about ourselves. It skewed the way that we even look at ourselves. It's caused us, here it is, to walk on eggshells. You know why it's caused us to walk on eggshells? Because we don't want to upset the apple cart. It's caused us to walk on eggshells. Why? Because we don't want to hurt anybody. It's caused us to walk on eggshells. Why? Because we don't want anybody to be offended or upset with us. It's caused us to walk on eggshells because here it is, it hurts us more because we fail to express our boundaries. And here's what I understand. The prefix of boundaries is bound. And oftentimes we are bound. We go through life living limited. We go through life being bound simply because we won't create healthy boundaries. And that's why I'm here today. I'm literally giving you a permission slip. Yeah, here's the permission slip. The permission slip is for you to not tiptoe around what you were chosen to transform. The permission slip is for you not to moonwalk away from your boundaries. The permission slip is not so that you can electric slide your way out of what you know you need to walk by faith into. The permission slip is so that you stop walking on eggshells. Hear me. I know you may like scrambled eggs, but the days of you being scrambled emotionally are over. Stop allowing people, here it is, to egg you on in a direction that detours your destination. That's what you got to do. You got to crush what conquers you. You're more than a conqueror. You're not just a conqueror. You're more than a conqueror. You got to crush what conquers you. Crush stinking thinking. Step on scarcity mindset. Conquer circumstances that oftentimes cling to your heels. Once you look to the hills from where your help comes, because your help is coming from the Lord, I want you to break through shackles and shells to really spread your wings and soar like the eagle you are. Stop tiptoeing through life. Why? Because you don't want people to be offended by your noise. Stop tiptoeing through life and hiding in the corner because you don't want people to be offended because you take up space. No, your gift will make room for you. Don't matter if the room is jam-packed. Your gift is going to make room for you, as scripture said, and bring you before great men. It's time for you to start flipping tables. Time for you to start flipping tables, because here's what I understand. When you've been called mean by someone, it's always from a person who could not manipulate you. Oh, he just a mean guy. She just a mean girl. It's generally from someone who knows they can't manipulate you. If people are upset, if people are offended by your boundaries, that just tells you right there that they feel like they are losing control of the strings that they had in your life, that the strings that they had on you, of the strings they had on you. And here's what you do. You got to cut those strings. Your price is way too high. You need to cut it. Come on, as I'm talking to you, I want you to start typing back to me and just type cut it, cut it, cut it. Cut out the excuses. Cut out all the reasons why it won't work. Cut out the fact that you don't set and create healthy boundaries for yourself. Cut out the fact that you got 10 toes, but you don't stand 10 toes down. But you draw a line in the sand and then you step back from that line that you draw. No, it's time for you to draw the line. Here's what I was telling somebody the other day. And I was telling them, I said, you know what? Encroaching against my boundaries is like pushing my hairline back. Yeah, that's what it is. My hairline is like a boundary line. I'm in the barber shop, and I'd be sure enough upset with my barber if I told him where my hairline should be. Matter of fact, I ain't even got to tell him. If he sees where my hairline should be, and here's what he does, if he pushes it back. Come on now. We get more upset with our barber. We get more upset with our stylist or our beautician for doing something wrong by pushing our hairline back than we did with somebody who pushes against our boundaries. Come on now. Hear me. When you set your boundaries, there's always going to be somebody who tries to infiltrate. There's going to always be somebody who tries to push against The boundary that you've set. Don't allow them to do it. Address it, redress it, confess it, make sure that they adhere to it. And if they won't, that lets you know that they don't belong in your life. Listen, I need you to hear me. I need you to hear me. This is not selfish. This is selfless. Why? Because this is about self-preservation. This ain't about no control of anybody else. This is about getting control over your life. And if your life matters, you won't live haphazardly. If your life matters, if you realize how much your life matters, you'll take into account that this is what you have to do for you, because you're going to stop walking on eggshells. I remember being a precocious 8th grader, skinny kid with a high top fade, wearing Air Jordan sneakers. And some of you are saying, listen, I guess the more things change, the more they stay the same. Yeah. But I remember my teacher telling me, Eddie, your greatest challenge will be telling people no and telling yourself yes. Didn't really understand it at that time, just 8th grader. But she detected in me that even as a precocious kid with a high top fade, that I had a big heart. I had a big heart to the point that I would sacrifice myself for the betterment of other people. And over the years, I've grown to learn the life lessons, because oftentimes life lessons become the greatest teacher. And here's what I understand: you can't pour from an empty cup. Too often we are pouring into people who have holes in their cup. We are allowing ourselves to be drained because here it is, we won't say no. Why is it that when people tell you to jump, you ask how high? Why is it that you make everybody else's emergency your emergency? And you have no urgency when it comes to you living your life, fulfilling the plan and the call and the purpose that you have in your life. People who you're pouring into, who can't even handle what it is that what you poured into them, and now they waste the pour, and they remain POOR. They waste your POUR, and here it is, they remain POOR. They pass over opportunities repeatedly. They have no capacity to receive, and your pour becomes poor due to people wasting it. Listen, hear me. There's more discontent in relationships than a Drake and a Kendrick Lamar rap beef. Why? Because people express boundaries, if at all, hear me, on the back end rather than on the front end. And here's what I understand about boundaries. Boundaries are not about making threats. Boundaries are not even about being nice. Boundaries are about being kind. And that kindness is first exhibited to yourself. It's exhibited to yourself. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Boundaries don't mean you have no lack. Doesn't mean that you lack care for other people. Just means, here it is, that you start treating your own needs as equal to theirs. Yeah. Why put your self-care? Why put your well-being? Why put your personal peace? Why put your emotional health in a precarious predicament because of other people's opinions? Here's what I understand about boundaries. Here's what I understand. Boundaries let me know that I don't have to be emotionally illiterate. Yeah. You know why I'm emotionally illiterate? You know why most people are emotionally illiterate? Because they won't do an emotional audit. They really won't even take the time to see, what does love look like to me? Anger makes me feel XYZ. What's the source of the anger? Hope looks like fill in the blank. Peace looks like fill in the blank. And here's what we do. We give everybody else the pen and we allow them to fill in the blank for our own lives. You do yourself a disservice. It's a disdain to yourself. You have to see what is in your emotional savings account. Guess what that means? You got a budget, not just your money. You got to budget your mindset. You got to budget not just your money, you got to budget your mentality. And here it is. If it cost you your peace, it's too expensive. I want to talk to somebody. If it cost you your peace, it's too expensive. Can't go back and forth with you. That's taking too many resources out of my emotional budget. Don't have time to exhaust my energy. It's taking too many resources out of my emotional budget. I refuse to be emotionally bankrupt because I've allowed people to make more withdrawals than deposits. Hear me? Stop being emotionally bankrupt. And until you get emotional regulation, people will always make more withdrawals than deposits. Until you see what it is that your needs are internally, not just what you need or feel like you need. You're calling a want a need because you focused on everything that's on the outside versus what's on the inside out. You'll always walk on eggshells. You'll always, here it is, be yoked. Yeah, I'm not talking about the egg yolk. I'm talking about being yoked to the wrong type of people. Simply because you've allowed people to crush you. You've allowed people to step on you. Versus you crushing what conquers you. Are trauma and triggers conquering you? It's time to crush it. Is negativity and adversity conquering you? It's time to crush it. And here's what I've done. I've created my 19th book to help you to do that. Yeah. Created my 19th book to help you do that. It comes out officially May 20th, 5/20/2025. But guess what? You can get it right now. Go to Amazon. Go and get the book right now. Know your no. It's important to know who to know. It's important to know what to know. It's important to also know who to know. Who to say NO2. And your no does not need an apology. It doesn't need an excuse. It doesn't come with a comma. It don't just come with a period. It comes with an exclamation point. I'm showing you how to build healthy boundaries and love without losing yourself. Boundaries are not about limitations. Boundaries are about liberation. And this is a book with a backbone. I need you to get this book. Go right now. Get it on Amazon. Go right now. Get it at EddieConnor.com. Get a signed copy there. I want you to make sure that you get this book. It's one of my most liberating books that I've ever written. I labored over this book, and I know that if it hit me, spoke to me, it's definitely going to do the same for you. Once you get my latest book, Know Your No. It's my 19th book, y'all. My 19th book. And generally, people, after they put out artwork, or this is their artwork, or they put out their art, whether it's music, whether it's books, whether it is design, whatever the case may be, they generally lose the creative imagination and the creative ingenuity and ability, and it just becomes a job to them. Come on now, you know your favorite artist, your favorite album from them is generally their first or second album. After that, wasn't too great. I keep getting better as a writer, even 19 books into the game. And I'm telling you this right here. This ain't no game about boundaries. Your relationships are going to be better. Your mindset's going to be better. You're going to love yourself. You're going to know your worth in a different, more powerful, incredible way. So many times we've lost ourselves loving other people. We didn't create healthy boundaries. We were mad at them, but really we were mad at ourselves. No longer will you be that. No longer will you do that. You're going to know who to know, and you're going to know who to know. That's for sure. And I guarantee, as a result of it, you knowing your no, it's going to empower you to say yes to yourself. Once again, it's available right now. Go get it on Amazon. Let's make this thing number one. Go get it, EddieConnor.com, to get signed copies. I know it's going to speak life into your life. You ain't going to walk on eggshells no more after reading this book. It's not going to happen. Greater things going to happen to you, for you. And of course, I'm coaching you along the way to do it with you. We take this to another level. We take the conversation to a greater degree. Yes, when you get the book, but also when you join my Eagles community. I want you to go there right now. Go to the website, EddieConnor.com. Yeah, but more importantly, theeaglesacademy.com. I want to show you how to soar into greater levels of purpose and success, build healthy boundaries, really develop your brand and your identity and your authenticity, how to develop your communication, how to develop and write your book. Yeah, not only do I write books, not only am I getting ready to release my 19th book, but I have something called Bestseller Book Blueprint. My Bestseller Book Blueprint is where I show you and I give you all of the intangibles of what it takes to take my manuscript to the marketplace, how to increase your authority as an author, how to increase your sales, all of that. I'm showing you how to do what I do seamlessly, proactively, in a way that's not so laborious, in a way that you can streamline it. You can go to accessidentity.org/author to get my bestseller book blueprint. Join me in the Eagles Academy, theeaglesacademy.com. Let's soar to another level and let's take it to another degree. I appreciate you joining me. We've been rocking out more and more, over and over, getting deeper and deeper into the conversations. But I want you to know it's yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother. And I mean that from another mother. Family has been fun, but brother got to run. So I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy. Yes, it has been beyond measure. But I want you, yes, I'm talking to you now, to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter, peace, and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring higher. I realize the extent of your development is connected to the extent of your investment. What I mean, invest little, develop little. But we're investing much into you as you invest in yourself by developing your purpose, developing your goals and your dreams and your ideals and your ideas, shifting you from ideas to income. Where does this all happen at? I'm so glad you asked. It takes place in our Eagles Academy. All you have to do is go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed to shift your ideas into income, your contacts into contracts, really to grow your ideas, your impact, and your influence. You owe it to you to invest in you. And as a result of it, now you are able to be coached and mentored and be a part of our live trainings with yours truly. Yeah, with me, along with a host of other leaders and trendsetters and trailblazers and accountability partners. No one grows in a silo. The power of mentorship, it takes what I've learned in years and months and I give it to you in minutes. What I've learned in decades and I can give it to you in days. To be a part of our private Facebook group, to get guided feedback through our Eagles Nest reflections, to get access to all of the content, all the live sessions and the trainings of business development, of financial stewardship, of the impact and empowerment that only takes place when you go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Again, when you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed. But it doesn't just stop there. You want to develop your book? Then guess what? You are an aspiring author. You need to get my bestseller book blueprint. It's available right now, accessidentity.org/author. All of the insight of what it is that I have used to write 18 books and be a best-selling author. You owe it to you to get your hands on that. You also owe it to you to get my Successful Speaker Strategies download. I'm telling you, whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. Let me show you how to develop your communication. There's an art to communication. Let me show you how to develop that. Go right now as well to accessidentity.org/speaker. And then I am blessed to pastor the Remnant Worshipers Church. I want you to be a part of the church that I am pastoring at right now. It's such a great thing of what it is that God has fashioned us to do. And it's taking place right here in the city of Detroit, 10 a.m. every Sunday, 6 p.m. we have prayer on Tuesdays, and then 7 p.m. on those same Tuesdays, we have TNT Tuesdays, Truth and Transformation. It's amazing. You want to be a part of it. Go right now, trwchurch.org. And then I want to see your face in the place this Sunday at 20470 Hubble Street. I'm doing my best to save you a seat. Powerful prayer, praise, and a preach word. Can't wait to see your face in place at the Remnant Worshipers Church.